Hello and welcome. The COVID-19 virus continues to spread across the world, even as cases have surged past 35 million. Global deaths are gaining on the 1 million mark, while global recoveries have increased by over 600,000 over the weekend to now stand at 24.5 million. In the meantime, the countries with the highest rate of infections remain unchanged. The US stays at the top of the list with 7.4 million, followed by India, which has 6.6 million cases. Brazil retains number 3 with a distant 4.9 million infections, while Russia is further at number 4 with 1.2 million cases. And lastly, Colombia stays at the bottom of the top 5 log with 855,000 COVID-19 cases. This is COVID-19 Myths and Facts. Welcome to the program. Over time, scientists have reiterated that the COVID-19 virus may be with us for a very long time. So here are outcomes of some studies to guide us through these difficult times. European researchers who have studied the experiences of patients say the loss of smell that often accompanies the coronavirus is unique and different from that experienced by someone with a bad cold or flu. When COVID-19 patients have smell loss, it tends to be sudden and severe, and they usually don't have a blocked, stuffy or runny nose. Most people with coronavirus can still breathe freely. Another thing that sets them apart is their true loss of taste. It is not that their taste is somewhat impaired because their sense of smell is out of action, says researchers in the journal Rhinology. Coronavirus patients with loss of taste really cannot tell the difference between bitter or sweet. Now that is very scary. Now let's move on to the next thought for tips and thoughts. How safe are takeaways and supermarket deliveries? What are the chances of contracting COVID-19 from packaging material? Traces of COVID-19 were reportedly found on packaging in China recently on consignments of frozen shrimp and frozen chicken wings from South America. This has again raised questions about whether coronavirus can be transmitted via food packaging. Laboratory-based studies have shown that the virus can survive for hours, if not days, on some packaging materials, mostly on cardboards and various forms of plastic. What's more, the virus is more stable at lower temperatures, which is how many foods are transported. However, some scientists have questioned whether these results could be replicated outside the lab. So whatever the case, you must protect yourself from COVID-19, whether you're at the supermarket or outdoors, so that you don't experience loss of smell or you don't contract the virus from food packaging. Now, we're looking today at President Trump's ill health, his surprise drive-by from the Walter Reed Medical Military Center to greet his supporters, and the implications on the campaigns, presidential campaigns, as I welcome Mr. Deba Uwadiae. He is the editor-in-chief, New Americans magazine. He joins us from Ohio, United States of America. Welcome to the program, Mr. Deba.
Thank you.
First of all, from the scientific standpoint, well, you gave us your layman perspective now. How much of President Trump's liberal disposition towards COVID-19 has affected or got to do with him contracting the virus?
Well, from beginning, he never took it serious, especially when information started coming in the early part of the year that COVID-19 was on its way to the US, or it was in the US. At that time, he decided to play it down, according to reports that eventually leaked out from the White House. And he continued to do that until it became very serious when people started dying in the United States. And you see what has happened, that over 210,000 people have died so far. And at the end of the day, he himself got infected. So uh, it's an irony that somebody that has been playing
But President
the
Trump, but President Trump's supporters also say that other people who wore face masks, who physically distanced, have also contracted the virus. So it goes either way.
Well, they cannot prove that because people wear face masks when they're outside. Do you know what they do when they are with other people? So somehow they contracted it somehow, probably through those they came in contact with at the time they were not wearing face masks. Most of the scientists have said that face masks does a lot in reducing the spread of COVID-19. So if the supporters, try to argue that some people were wearing face masks and they were infected, well, they cannot really prove it because they don't know how they were infected. They don't know where they went to. They don't know who they met, at different places before they were infected. So they will continue to give that excuse. But what has, become damaging, to their argument and also to their fight against not wearing masks is that the head, which is who happened to be the president of the United States, has gotten infected.
So what's your disposition towards his surprise drive-by to greet his supporters while he's receiving treatment?
Well, it's part of his way of, trying not to be the one not in the news. So he had always wanted to be in the news, even when he was at the White House. They were planning to take him to the hospital. He wanted to be in the news. He did a video recording. While he was there, he also did a video recording. He did another one today just to sensitize people. Then he did that driving as part of his plan to always be in the forefront, to always be the one that is being discussed about. And in the next 3 hours, he will be, according to his latest tweet, he will be released from the hospital to go back to the White House.
And doesn't that dampen concerns that his health may be a lot worse than his doctors are revealing, or news about him receiving other forms of treatment meant for those with underlying medical condition?
Yeah, you're correct. The thing is that for him, he wants to be in charge. Even where the doctors will advise against, he will want to be in charge. He will want to do things the way he wants. He will want to do things the way, because he's not just about what is happening right now. His focus is winning the election. And he feels that if he's not there, if he's not in the front, if he's talking with people talking about him, he probably will not win the election. So that is his problem right now, trying to carry his people along, trying to make sure that he's there, because for him, he believes that if he's not there, if he's not being talked about, people will forget him and his opponent will take over. So that,
all right, interesting perspective there. Whether he's being talked about or not, I think it's more important that the U.S. president appears strong, through his testing positive for COVID and through his treatment. We thank you very much, Mr. Deba Uwadiae, talking to us from Ohio, United States of America. And that does it on the program for today. We urge you to stay informed and stay safe, whatever you do through this week and beyond. We'll be back again tomorrow with another edition of COVID-19 Myths and Facts. Bye for now.